Look, guys, you all play Halo. That's why you're here. This is the ultimate test of player versus player, lightning fast reflexes, and all-around Spartan badassery.
Hey, Optic Halo, I think you forgot something. I think I'm going to take this home and try to cash it.
Yeah.
Who's it wrote out for?
Optic Gaming.
Optic Gaming.
Yeah, that's my name.
Yeah.
Optic Gaming.
License made.
You don't want our money? Not good enough for you?
Good for you?
Wow, it's good to be back.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
Way too long.
Way too long. And as you can see, we got a whole fresh new studio for the show. It's looking good. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to talk about Halo, and I'm excited about some Halo World Championship action.
Yeah.
And we've been going to events and making content on the side. Mm-hmm. So we've been kind of busy, even though we haven't been doing a show. UGC's been putting on events, so they've been busy. So you're back. We're back in the studio. We were at UGC Halo World Championship qualifier. Met a lot of cool people, a lot of people that like the show.
Yeah.
And I became the official crowd hype man.
Yeah.
As you can see in this picture here. Now look at the determination on my face. You see that? That is like serious determination to get the crowd hyped up. Okay? And like it's almost painful to look at.
Yeah.
I'm more
how determined.
See the guy in the racing.
Oh my, yeah.
jacket?
Well, you know what?
He's more determined.
He didn't stand up like I did and fist pump. So I mean,
his face
he might have the determination in his face, but
his face tells the story.
Yeah. I am the official crowd hype man. I don't care what you say. So let's talk about some of the stuff that's been going on in the Halo World Championship scene in a segment called Halo Hot Topics. Yeah. Or Hot Halo Topics. Hot Halo Topics. So, big news just announced that the Halo World Championships are going to be held in Burbank.
Oh, man.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news for you guys, but if you didn't know, well, now you know. And I'm sorry that I had to tell you. Because, you know, the Halo World Championships we kind of hold in high regard because it's a global, you know, event that brings together teams from all around the world.
Biggest event of the year.
Yeah. And it's really, you know, I'm sure ESL is going to put on a fantastic event.
Oh, yeah.
You know, their production team. Yeah. Okay, here's some of the, you know, the stuff they announced. By the way, the Halo Festival section is like twice the size of the, you know, main event stage. But I don't understand that.
I'm curious. Is that outside or is that a whole building? Because it's outlined, so I don't like. Is that
I don't know. I mean,
building or what is it?
I honestly don't know. I mean, and I'm sure that they're going to put on a fantastic production. I'm sure it's going to be great, and the competition has never been better. And that's literally what's keeping Halo alive right now is the competition and the players that bust their butts every day to make that competition as good as it can be.
Yeah.
But I'm super disappointed no matter what excuses they throw my way. And they say, you know.
Are you mad about the location or the venue itself?
Both. I mean, it's in California. How many California events have we had?
I know.
Honestly,
the next one's what, in Vegas?
Yeah, and there's Vegas, West Coast events. Every event is a West Coast event, just about since the HCS has begun. It seems that way, anyways.
Yeah.
And the venue is small. They're talking like 300 people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that's with people being outside as well.
Yeah, and then you got to put into account that there's 12 teams going to this event from all around the globe. They're going to have friends, family, brothers, sisters, mom, dads, girlfriends, wives, maybe even kids that want to go too, and they're not going to be able to go because there's 300 tickets available.
Yeah.
And this happened last year whenever the tickets sold out literally in a minute, and people's friends and family members and wives and girlfriends couldn't go see them play.
Yeah.
The pro players.
Pro players are trying to get extra tickets for their families
they had
to
no
go.
tickets available. That's unreasonable. That's just ridiculous, I think. And, I mean, what happened to the old main stage that they did last year? You see that main stage was huge. I think we got a picture of it. It was like a huge main stage. Look at that. What do they do with this stuff when it's over? Do they just throw it away? They should ship that stuff to Burbank, set it up in the parking lot, and hope it doesn't rain.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't know. We gotta look at both parts here, man. Like, they probably don't have the biggest budget, and it's understandable. You know, I'm not happy with it either. You know, I can't really make any excuses for them, but you know, we don't know both sides.
Like I said, that wasn't their first choice.
No.
If it was, they would have announced it a long time ago when everybody was like, "Where's Worlds? Where's Worlds?"
It wasn't their first choice,
but they had time to figure out where to put it, though.
Yeah, regardless.
They announced this way back, and they had time.
Regardless of it being their first choice, it still looks, you know, they should have handled it. I mean, you got time. I mean, either they didn't have enough time, either they tried too late, or not enough funding. That's the only two options. I mean, either way, there's excuses there. And it really just hurts, you know, the scene as a whole whenever a global stage is set and it's going to draw a lot of publicity and a lot of attention, and you see them in like a building the size of a car garage, and it just doesn't look good on Halo itself. I mean, I'm sure the production will be good. It just looks bad, and it's kind of embarrassing for Halo in a way.
I'm not too worried about location. Yeah, I'd prefer it to be somewhere else, because when it comes to location, I feel like if it's going to be West Coast, where they should give more than what time they did, because not everybody has the funds to be like, okay, it's what, in less than 2 months to come up with plane ticket money, hotel money, food money.
You're talking at least a G and a half.
I mean, you could probably make it for cheaper. That's bare minimum, though. Like, that's like eating the cheapest food you can find. That's not having a good time.
I mean, you're talking like at least $1,000 to $1,500 to go to a Halo land
and have
event.
a good time.
I'd rather take that money and go to Disneyland unless it's going to be like, if I'm going to spend that money on a Halo event, I want that event to be epic.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they're trying to distract you with other things like the festival and the cosplay.
I mean,
they're trying to get their
I hope for
views
the
worth.
best. You know, I hope they do have a good turnout, and it's a great show. I
I
don't wish bad on
And
it.
then this is not just the only thing that's went wrong with the Halo World Championships. Everything has been a downgrade. We went from 16 teams to 12. You went from $2.5 million prize pool to $1 million, which $2.5 million was crowdfunded, which I'll get into that later because I have no idea what's going on in there. And then you got the venue, which is completely a huge downgrade. So, like, really, to be honest, the first World Championships was just a marketing stunt by Microsoft to sell the game. Let's just be real. That was all a marketing stunt to sell the game, and it probably worked. But now that you can buy the game for like $15 or maybe even cheaper, the marketing money's gone. You know, the funding is not there. It's just and everything was kind of downgraded, and it's kind of sad to see. But I mean, I still think that Halo's going to put on a good show.
Yeah, definitely be a good show.
So that's the only thing that's going to save it is the competition itself. The players are going to be the ones that are going to make sure this is, you know, entertaining.
Yeah.
Regardless of how small the crowd is or the venue, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope they do prove us wrong. I hope it is a good event. And
I'm sure I just said it. Yeah, it's going to be good, but it could be better with a huge crowd. And like I said, a lot of the players' families probably won't be able to attend. So
I don't know. I think they just didn't want to risk spending a lot of money on a big event and maybe not as many people showing up. They don't want to risk. Okay, we can sit 1,000 people here, but what if only 300-400 people show up? It's not worth it.
Yeah.
So
I'd
they
say
play it safe.
I'd say book an event or a venue for 1,000 people, and I think it would be okay.
In a decent location.
Yeah. Timo actually, or Timo, I always call him Timo.
I
It's
call him Timo, too,
Timo.
until he said
Timo. He actually went to the Team Beyond today and kind of gave an explanation of what happened and why it was chosen, and that it was definitely not the first choice to go to Burbank, but it definitely was more of a fail-safe from what I got.
I mean, it's good that he.
And that
because of that post, I was less mad about it today than I was
everyone
yesterday.
was, and that's what we want in Halo more is more communication with the
Yeah.
community. Like when yesterday, when like a firestorm was happening, everyone's just silent on their side, and it's like no one kind of tells us this is what happened. We're sorry. We're gonna make it up to you some other time or whatever. And that goes a long way.
Yeah, it does.
It really does go a long way to help the community, kind of be like, all right, we'll forgive you this time, but next time you better not do that.
Yeah. If that works. So.
Yeah, we kind of. All right, but that's, March 24th to 26th. They also announced when it's going to be.
Yeah.
Tickets are on sale now, and I've heard that the Legendary are sold out, and probably more. I haven't checked in. So, I mean,
it's going to sell out fairly fast.
It's going to sell out pretty quickly. So, if I were you, I would definitely get on that and get some tickets if you were going to Burbank, California.
We should get on that,
We're not going.
Well, let's put that out there. We're not going.
I want to go.
Hey, you put one within like 15-hour drive, maybe I'll go. But not 34-hour drive.
If we can get like free hotel, what's up?
No, I ain't going. All right, but anyways. Let's talk about a little bit about the qualifier that happened last Saturday. It was the second online cup qualifier, and I got a bracket that we'll put a bracket up for you. And Inconceivable, the amateur team, well, they're considered an amateur team, won that qualifier. Now, there's a lot going on in this story, okay? Because, I mean, there's another just goof up in the HWC rules here. It all started with, let me start from the beginning, It all started from, Panda Gaming, which just recently replaced Nemesis with Denoxide, which I think they became a 100% better team with that team change. And they actually are doing a lot better in scrims. They just beat EG last night. But Panda Gaming, they kind of found a loophole into the Pro League, and they built their team off of that, basically saying, hey, we can stay in the Pro League. You want to join our team? So this loophole, I mean, everybody's read about it and heard about it probably by now, but the people that haven't, Showtime, the manager of E6, what used to be called E6, submitted a fake Halo roster because as long as 2 players from the previous team stayed on the team, they would keep their Pro League seed. He submitted a Halo roster with him, or not, Kratos and Boobadoob on a team, right? Yeah. Well, that they submitted that roster around on the deadline day of roster lock. Well, unofficially, Boobadoob and Shooter had already left and made their own team.
Yeah.
Well, so this loophole allowed Kratos to hold a Pro League seed and, basically it threw a wrench in who gets in the Pro League and who is going to be able to qualify for Worlds. Now, another issue with the bracket we just saw is that an amateur team cannot outseed a pro team no matter how well they do at UGC or online qualifiers going into Vegas.
Yeah.
Okay, so not only did Boobadoob get kicked out of the Pro League, they didn't get their Pro League seed, and now they're fighting an uphill battle to qualify for Worlds when they are more than likely a better squad.
Oh, yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're really good, and they might not even make it to Worlds because of the way this has shook out.
Yeah.
So it's a really bad situation for that team, and it's going to be interesting to see. And also, I didn't harp on this rule more. This rule is really terrible for amateur teams. It gives amateur teams no incentive to want to play Halo 5 competitively and get into the biggest event of the year because going into Vegas, they have a big uphill battle to climb. They have to go through the open bracket, and then even if they were to place, like Inconceivable won that last event, the best seed they can get is 8th seed, which is, right out of the Pro League bracket because it goes to 7 and up because there's only 7 teams in the Pro League right now. And more than likely, they would have to play Optic first round. And so right then more than likely, unless you really play your, hard out, you might end up going to the losers bracket. And only 6 of these teams in Vegas are going to Worlds. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's 6 teams that are almost guaranteed. You got Optic, Envy, Liquid, Allegiance not guaranteed. They're an amateur team too. Stray. These teams, it would be hard to knock them out. Yeah. These Allegiance and Inconceivable are fighting for that 7th spot. Basically, they want to. Panda is going to have to get knocked out maybe in order to get this. Anything can happen.
Yeah, anything. Happen.
Any of these teams can knock out a Pro League.
They all play very well.
It's going to be crazy. Like the possibilities are, I can't even say them all because it's like mind blowing. Like what can happen at this event? This event's going to be crazy because what if Envy just doesn't make it?
It could happen.
It doesn't. Well, it's like crazy what could happen.
We have new settings, right?
But like I said, these amateur teams have a uphill battle, man. Uphill.
We have
because
new
of
settings, right?
The rules
for the Worlds. When it started, that's when they introduced the new settings, right? For all the maps and changes.
Yeah, it was.
See, my thing is, I think by the next Pro League, I think we'll start seeing the separation of teams again. Usually when there's to me, I notice anyway, when there's map changes or weapon changes and they move everything around like that, it seems like all the teams are on an even playing field, right? But once they play these maps for a while, that's when you start seeing who's actually the top 4, top 5.
Yeah. It does shake things up.
It really does. That's why, UGC, all the games are
honestly, close. This the time they changed the settings this time around, it seemed like teams caught up very quickly. Yeah. Nobody really pulled ahead this time.
No.
Competition is better than it's ever been, and that's why the amateur teams are going to have I would love to see an amateur team get into Worlds. I think it would be an awesome story. Just for the publicity to, an amateur team.
Amateur team wins it. That gives a lot of people reason to play.
I've seen amateur players. The AM life is hard.
Yeah,
they don't make any money. They have very little incentive to play because, just this one rule right here. I don't care if you're amateur or pro. If you lose, you lose.
Yeah.
If an amateur team beats you, they should get what you get.
Yeah.
It's BS that they get less than what they get because they have Pro League status. Worlds needs to be its own thing. I understand they use the Pro League as seeding, but that rule right there upsets me when it comes to because look at how many players, new talent we've had come into Halo 5 in the last probably 6 months alone.
That's a lot.
So many new players. And these players, we're not going to find them if they don't have a reason to play.
Yeah,
they're going to be superstars in the future, in Halo esports. But you're not going to find them if you make rules like that make.
Well, that's what's good about the AM though. A team won't shine, but that one person will stick out, and that's what gets them in with the pro team.
And them guys are dedicated, man.
They play every little tournament they can get a hold of.
They make no money, and they spend all their dollars on it.
What you were saying is a lot of times that a pro or an amateur team, or you'll probably never see a full-on amateur team just make it into the Pro League because one amateur player is rising above the rest. Then Pro League teams usually just pick them out of the crop, and there goes that team. It's split up now. Yeah. We got this player and he's in the Pro League, and that's how it's been for almost all the amateur players that are in the Pro League now.
And it's going to continue going on because a lot of young kids are like gods at Halo.
Yeah, it's crazy. I want to talk about crowdfunding for a second.
Yeah.
Because I'm just really confused.
I don't think it exists anymore.
There's a new rec pack coming out on Thursday for retro Halo helmets. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
And a while back they said that all rec pack purchases are going to go towards, I don't know if they specifically said Halo World Championship Series prize pools, but I'm not seeing where it's going, and I hate how how there's no communication on what's being funded, how much it's went up. Like, it just bugs the hell out of me.
From what I heard,
I don't get any information like this when I want to go buy things like this, but I want to know where my money's going.
Well, it seems like say if the prize pool is not locked and it's over $1 million, it seems like 343 and ESL, they think by delaying it so much, it builds hype. That way, like, by the way, it's $3 million. Like, okay, they announced, like, they have the mindset by announcing it like a week or two before the Worlds happen, they think it's going to explode and everybody, you know what I mean?
I don't even know if I've heard that Worlds is locked at $1 million.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
And I've heard that the crowdfunding is going to go to even maybe in the Pro League in the future and like future events. But it's like they don't ever come out and say, blah, 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 this is what's going on. It's like they leave you in the dark about everything, and that bugs me. Like,
maybe
I don't want to.
They used it to actually just run the event. Like this year, they give you like a backpack and like a T-shirt.
Yeah, but you also buy $100 tickets.
I know.
Yeah,
but maybe they got a really cool trophy this time. It's where all the money went.
This dude is so picky about the trophy.
Man, come on. That's something you got to be proud of. Like, I don't know.
Tell us all about how you hate all the trophies they've given out so far.
I don't like any one of them.
Let me hear your trophy.
I don't like any of them.
I don't really care about trophy. I just like seeing good games.
No,
me too, but
he's bugged.
I am bugged, man. Like,
he's triggered because they don't get nice trophies.
I think they should have I look at other esports and they get like massive trophies, and it looks really cool, man. They put on your shelf and stuff. These people don't even barely advertise
some wine, pour some champagne in it.
I don't know. I just feel like they fight this hard for something that should be, nice.
Well, they're fighting for $1 million.
I know.
$1 million prize pool.
$1 million goes away. That trophy lasts forever, man.
Yeah, it's all about that trophy.
I guess if you look at it, you're broke, but you still have that trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got your
dude.
point across.
How many
Maybe they'll listen
trophies
to you.
You see at the Optic House? None. Well, they have that.
They have
Vegas
one, but it is pretty crappy too.
Compared to the other ones.
One good thing that I've seen coming out of 343 lately is there a guy that they used to work there and then quit and then came back named Josh Mankey, or I guess it's Meankey or whatever his name is. He's been posting a lot on the Team Beyond not Team Beyond forums, the Halo Waypoint forums, which we don't really go to, and it's been very, very insightful to see in this kind of communication. Like, I love it. He's actually talking about all the crap that we've been complaining about since the game came out.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, finally, someone that understands what the hell's going on in matchmaking.
No, Sketchup's doing a good job too, though.
No, this guy is literally, he's coming at us with, how can we fix ranking? How can we fix matchmaking? How can we fix?
Asking everybody this?
Yeah, like they're giving them ideas. How can we fix people that quit? Should we have surrender option? Should we?
Surrender, yes, should be an option. Why is that even a question?
But there's different ways of going about it, and dude, it's awesome.
I want traditional.
If you guys haven't went and checked that out, you guys should definitely go and check that out because it's finally feels like this is what
Somebody's
we've been
listening.
complaining about for 2 years. Well,
He's probably just a hired guy to go talk on the forums.
No, he's the
Settle
guy
down.
that builds
I
the
know.
ranking system.
I know, man. Just kidding.
Hating on my guy.
Well, he needs to fix it because I get pretty upset every season.
Yeah, matchmaking's it's just a hot mess.
Yeah,
and it should have been dealt with long ago.
yeah.
Should have been dealt with
But
long ago.
I keep playing.
I do too. We actually
Because you hope that one season you'll get that good rank.
no,
but
we actually
it's like, no.
practice what we preach.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, I see them talking this and that about Halo, but then they were like, "Yeah, I haven't actually played Halo in like 6 months."
Yeah.
I'm like,
Why are you on
Don't
here?
come at me with that. I play it like, I don't know, at least 2 to 3 times a week.
I play more than that, man.
Yeah,
I just try to get an hour in.
Yeah, we practice what we preach. We play the game. We play the game. We support the game. We support the competitive scene. We support, just being on the game. Yeah. And I mean, supporting the competitive scene, I mean, there are also a lot of people that complain about, how things are going in the community, but then they don't get out and do anything about it.
Yeah.
That also bugs me as well, when they want to complain about other people that do stuff.
Yeah.
And speaking of the community that I love so much, I have a new segment that we're going to do each week, and it is called Community Spotlight. And we're going to pick someone in the competitive Halo community each week and showcase what
we
they
can do it every week.
Well, we might run out pretty quick.
There
might
not
Maybe we should space it out like once every 2 weeks.
We'll see. We'll see.
Not very confident in your new segment.
Well, because there's not very many. Just honest. We're gonna lie to the people like every week. We're gonna talk about.
I'll find someone in the community. I guarantee it.
This guy put out.
You
a
just gotta
Halo
look
5
deep
gameplay.
sometimes.
It's his first YouTube video.
Sometimes you just gotta dive deep into the internet. You'll find somebody. But this week we're wanting to showcase a forum member on Team Beyond Forums. His name's Bad Dubs, and he created a website called HaloDataHive.com. And if you haven't seen it, I suggest you go check it out. If you're new to competitive Halo, or if you've been around competitive Halo for a long time, this site is stacked with features and information that you will, love, because it's got player stats, scrim scores, scrim schedules. You can compare your favorite players together, compare their stats, and all kinds of stuff on this website. This guy's put a lot of work into this.
Up to date, too.
And I said, yeah, he keeps it up to date. He updates it all the time with new features, and I suggest you go check it out at HaloDataHive.com. Give him a shout out and on Twitter, and check out his website, because it is a piece of work.
Yeah,
building websites is hard.
That's not easy.
Because I do it sometimes, and it's really hard.
Especially keeping up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to end the show with a little teaser trailer.
I haven't finished yet.
Of something that we've been working on for a long time. And before we start this trailer, I want to talk about why I started working on this and made you work on it more than I have. I always feel that the mainstream, I feel like I want to call like the Halo streams like the mainstream media sometimes for some reason, because they don't show behind the scenes stories that people want to hear.
Yeah.
They show, when they do interviews, they go out in a back alley and they ask cookie cutter questions like, how did you feel about that win?
I know, they need me more.
And I'm like,
violence.
ask him about
needs more drama.
how much he wants to fight that other player because he dropped him that one time. I want to hear that. So I decided, since they won't show these kind of things, like the backstories of, the HCS, the rivalries between players, is what people like to see. They like to hear. That's what will engage the audience and get them involved in a player. And like, I like this player, but I don't like this player. He's a bad guy to me, and he's a good guy to me. That's what people want, right? So I decided I was going to start creating this content ourselves, and it ended up being a whole crap load of work, more than I expected.
You picked the wrong
Yeah,
time.
so this new series is called HCS Rivals. I might have to change the title to this Halo Rivals, if we want to do older rivalries.
I
anyway.
think we should just do up to date.
Okay.
We're trying to grow this game. That game's already,
well,
that
we'll
game's
see.
big already.
But the first episode, it's damn near done, right?
Yeah. It's
Be out in probably the next week.
Hope so.
So we wanted to give a little teaser trailer. It's HCS Rivals, Snipe Down versus Lethal. Here you go. In competition, rivalries are guaranteed to develop between competitors. Snipe Down and Lethal have crossed paths several times throughout Halo history. Through times of greatness and times of betrayal, a rivalry was born. This is HCS Rivals Lethal versus Snipe Down. I hope you guys like that. That was our show. That was our show. We will be on next Tuesday, same time, same place. I'll still have my Optic $20,000 check.
Yeah.
And hope you guys check us out. Follow us on Twitter at HCS_now. You'll stay up to date. You'll see whenever that new show comes out, HCS Rivals. You'll be the first to know about it on Twitter. You'll know about all the updates for the show that we're going to have every Tuesday at 7 o'clock here. And we also have this show posted up on our YouTube channel at YouTube. You just type in HCS Now. We're the first thing that pops up, and subscribe on there and like the shows. And we will see you next week. We will have some special guests on. Maybe Onset might make a guest appearance.
Yeah.
Onset?
New segment.
He's got a new segment he's going to do for us? Okay. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.